How to analyze scanning electron microscopy images and time-resolved photoluminescence spectra. These two results must reflect each other. They must follow each other. They must support each other. So let's get started. First of all, when you want to take SEM images, if you are taking by yourself or if the operator is taking for you, you must tell the operator that the magnification should be the same for two different samples. For example, if you want to compare two samples, so you have to take similar magnifications. Otherwise, you cannot compare. If you have three samples, four samples, for example, if you have one sample, if you want to take for these five images, similarly, you have second sample, you want to take five images. So if you want to start from 2 micrometer and just zoom to 1 micrometer, 500 nanometer, 200 nanometer, and 100 nanometer. So keep all these scales same for all two samples. If you have three samples, four samples, so keep this magnification same. Otherwise, you will have a lot of difficulties when you want to publish your work. So here in this case, basically they have the same magnification, the same bar scale. I want to mention one important thing. This bar is very important. From this bar, we can guess the size of the structure here. For example, this bar, this is 1 micron. So if I compare this graph with the grain size, so this grain is larger than the 1 micron. Yeah, I know this. You see, look this bar now and this bar. So this one is greater. So I can say that in this structure, we have grains more than 1 micron. And if we take this one here, so here we have very large grain here. So I mean, from this bar graph, you can guess the size, the large size of the grain here, right? So this bar is very important. You see here, this is almost 2 micron. Yeah, not 2 micron, yeah, 2 micron or 1.8 micron, something like that. Yeah, so this is how you guess from SEM analysis. So let's get started. So here we have two samples. One is basically the control sample. This means that this is the pure form, pristine form, original, when there is no modification. In one we have modified one. This means that we have that material, but when we add something, 3 API, we add this is a solvent, is a additional amount or something. We want to see the changes to the surface morphology. We can see here that there are grains, but the grains are basically smaller in size here. But what happened when we add this, we can see that the surface morphology change. You see this one is also very large grain here. Yeah, very large grain, and this one is also very large grain here. Similarly, this one. So this is one identification that when we add 3 API to the surface, to the perovskite film, so the morphology changes significantly. So the grain size basically change, right? And if we see here, so there are also some holes here. These holes are there, and we can see that this one is more compact is compared to the control one. So we can write like that one, right? And this is basically the histogram, statistical histogram for this grain size. On x-axis we have micrometer, on y-axis we have counts. So it shows us the average grain size, and it shows that how many grains are at what size or something like that. So it's also very important to draw. So here this we use the word inset. If you want to write in the paper, so this image we say displayed in the inset of the micrograph, something like that. Yes, right. Now we can see here that the scanning electron microscopy observations or analysis are micrographs. You can also use these three words. So if you want to use the word observation, you want to say the word analysis, you can also use the micrographs, etc. Showed. If you want to write the word shows, it's also word shows slight increase in the average grain size. You see, this we say that there is a slight increase in the average grain size of the perovskite film after 3 AP additions. We can also rewrite this sentence that there is a slight increase in the average grain of the perovskite film upon addition of 3 API. When we incorporate 3 API to the perovskite film, so we can see that the average grain size is 1.4 for control one, and this increased to 1 micron for the 3 API one. And we can also say the statistical distribution of the grain size is shown in the inset. You see, this is the inset here. Now, very interestingly, this is basically the time-resolved photoluminescence. So we know that when we have improved morphology, when the grain size increase, this means that the optoelectronic property will also increase. This simply means that now here we will have less defects. We will have less defects. In another words, we will have more crystallinity. And another word, we have more electron mobility. All these things are related here. So we can see here, this is the time in microsecond and x-axis, and here we have the photoluminescence intensity. So we can see that the control one here basically it is decay faster. So when it's decay faster, this means that the average lifetime is less here for this one. 3 API, so you can see that it's decay slower. Yeah, this is the time here. It's decay slower. So this means that it is the average time larger than the control one or pristine one. So it also now support this basically validate the results from SEM. So these results support each other when we want to interpret in a research paper. So let's write here. The time-resolved photoluminescence shows reduction in non-radiative recombination. We know that non-radiative recombination is basically unwanted phenomena, and this is occurring because of the defects. If we have more defects, we will have more NRR. So it simply shows that with this 3 API, we have reduced the defects. So this means that this also shows that we have reduced the NRR here. This is simple. This base perovskite film demonstrates a full photon decay. The average time is mentioned here that 5 microsecond, 5.5, which is much larger than the control one, 1.2 microsecond. This data I took from, yeah, this is the paper here, and it is published in Nature Communication. This is the title of the paper by Ding-Wan Yang in 2023. And this paper is published under a common license 4.0, and this is the link to the license.